Well, here we are. We've finally made it. We're ready to start hitting the road and heading around Australia. So we're just about to take off in the next week. So we've come up just to do our final preparation. We're filling all the stuff in our vans. We're setting up it exactly how we want to travel. And the biggest thing is just getting all your cups, your plates, all those little intricate things in the exact place that you want, so you know where they are every day. Obviously we're conscious of weights and we're conscious of how we're setting up. So it's been really exciting to do that. Done this a couple of times before, but today is really unique because we've got the business at such a stage now that we're really expanding the brand. My whole role's moving into more of a chief brand officer, and for me that's exciting because that's the way I see our business growing, is getting out there, using the product, pushing the product, but also taking it to new places. So we want to definitely be in Perth. We want to let you guys over in WA see our product firsthand. We're going to be in Melbourne. Something that we're doing unique is some digital launches. So some pretty exciting stuff ahead, but today's all about our setup. So let's go have a look in the vehicle. So you'll see I've got a 300 series, done some GVM stuff, done some upgrades, just simple stuff that's given me that little bit extra, so I'm sure that I'm okay with my vehicle. So I got good wheels, tyres. I've put my Max Tracks up top. So I've got 4 Max Tracks Extreme. My van, you'll see, will have 4 as well. They're more for making bridges and things with the van. Sometimes you got to stack things up. But the Extremes are up there in case we get into trouble. We can at least put them down if you're helping other people. The Extremes last better. They got better grip on there. You can't burn them off as easy if you don't know how to use Max Tracks. And that's often not you, but the people you're helping. So I've got them there. We'll go and have a bit of a look. Now, one of the big things I see people make mistakes is not getting the correct drop hitch. So you can see my car's got a 2.5 roughly inch lift. So I've put a really good drop hitch on. I use the Mick Hitch one. It's really good. It's ADR approved. They're a full custom. I've got it at the right height that I need it for my van, so it sits perfect. I've got automatic leveling, stage 4 Cruise Master suspension. So it just works a real treat. But I really encourage you, if you're gonna tow, you're gonna do a lot of distances, definitely go and get yourself, invest in the right hitch. Get it exactly what the manufacturer suggests for you and your product. It makes all the difference in your towing experience. Part of my upgrade is a couple of airbags in the back as well. So roughly with this van, I put them on about 25 to 30 PSI, depending on exactly how I've got the front loaded. But all I've got in the back of mine is a 60 litre ARB fridge. I've got my Max Tracks recovery kit, and I've got my chainsaw, and I tend to leave it in the car because then it's an electric chainsaw. Anywhere I go then you usually got your vehicle and you want to cut some firewood, you want to bring some stuff back, or you're clearing tracks. The other thing I have in here is obviously my jump start kit in case we ran into trouble, and my compressor. So I've got a dual compressor in the vehicle, and I actually have a separate one in a box. And then again, obviously a bit of safety and security. Make sure you got a first aid kit in the van, but also in your vehicle. This vehicle has 2 batteries, so it's set up. Bit of redundancy there if you got into trouble. I'm just running that off the back, my 60 litre fridge freezer. I only run it as a fridge. It's a drinks fridge, really simple and easy. But that works nice. So you can see I haven't overloaded my car with heaps of drawer systems and all this stuff, which again is great, and I've had drawers before, they're really good. But in my case, I don't want to overload the vehicle with weight that I don't need. Elisa and I can easily just shoot off for the day and do some day trips. We use gas cookers as well, so I'll show you later how I do that. I run just a simple butane gas cooker when I'm out there on the road. Just makes redundancy also for the van, so it just works nice, all that side of things. Just making sure a jet boil with you, it gets you out of trouble. All right, we'll go and have a look at what we're doing with the van. So obviously everyone's seen the van that we're taking as a Sojourn. So I've started to really get things in order. So I have a water tank that I can put in the car, sits in the footwell. So it roughly gives us 40 litre. Plus I have 20 litres in the front. So in a jerry can in here. So I often carry 20 litres there, and that gets me out of trouble. Just if I need that extra 60 litres to just push it a bit further, we can do that. All zones come with a pump, so you can transfer that really simple, or from a water source, so that makes it great. You can see in there, I don't have heaps of gear. I try and make things pretty simple. to some of our new bag range that you'll see come out, but I've just got things, they're clear tops. They're set up really well, makes it really simple. My other one in here, basically my first aid kit, like I said before, my cooking system. So we just use the Jetboil gear. I've got a Jetboil, plus I just use a single Jetboil cooker. That, if anything happened to the van or things went wrong, I can at least cook. It all works well. The other things I've got in here is my first aid kits. So they're in here. Last but not least, I have a few spares as well in other parts of the vehicle, but I tend to carry just a bit of, you know, seal stuff. I've got inox, I've got mile tape, you know, just heaps of different stuff, emergency stuff, araldite, need it, plastic tank repairs, just all different things that I've found along the years that you need when you're traveling. So it's just good to have a little bit of that stuff. You can't obviously take everything. If you try and take too much, your vehicle will be fully overloaded. You won't have a great trip. Often you'll run into more dramas, but I try and keep all that pretty simple. The other thing I've got, obviously, a lock for your hitch. So I've got a 4-ton on mine. They're really important. At least when you go away from your van for the day, you can lock it, you know you're safe. I've got the Y-tie system and the rest of it, but the other thing too that's cool is just all my cables and stuff I just put in one of our bags. So you'll see on this van I'm carting some extra solar panels, so if we really go remote, we're not going to be near power, I don't want to run out, so I carry two 200 panels there, and I can set them up and you'll see them in today's film. All right. We run the Yeti chairs, not the cheapest, but they are very comfortable, really good quality, don't give trouble. We've had them for quite a while, been really nice, a nice feature. I'm about to do a fire tonight, I want to cook up a bit of stuff, so I've got a little bit of kindle here because I'm close to places like that, but normally I'd go and cut up a bit of my own. Yeah, just some cool stuff outside, so chopping board with your knife in it, that's a nice Snow Peak one. Great brand, great products. We've had them for a long time. We're just set up out here. Again, here's my Jetboil stuff, my induction cooker. The other thing too that I've done is I like to, and I'll bring it over and show you, but basically all my pegs, all my straps, I just love having things simple. So you can, that's everything to do with outside. It's all in that sewn bag. It's all ready to go. My drill, my screws, they're all ready. It's just easy. If you can make things simple, you tend to do it more. I've just got all our itchy bite stuff. So if you get bitten, you got that stuff. We use no bites, but just again, nice little clear bag. You can see what you're doing. Clothesline, these are really cool. So clothesline, I'll show you more of them on the road, but they work brilliantly. Go on your sail track, work in any van, but they're really, really good. Obviously our muck mats, I'm using a Navigator 4. I don't use them a lot. I just tend to put this out today. I just wanted to get it out, stretch it out a bit, make sure it all works, functions, wrap it back in the bag. But it's just places, you might get to the odd place that's really nasty. I'm one of those people, I'm not going to put that stuff down unless I need to, because I often move pretty quickly. So I'm going to try this trip to stay places longer than I've had before, because I've now got the time. But I'm still working. I've still got things that have got to happen. I'm building this brand. I'm exploring new options for us, and in the background doing R&D, but also development with new products. So I'm not just out there having a holiday. I'm actually living it out, what we believe and what we think is a great lifestyle. So you're going to see a lot more of that. The other cool things, Navigator make really cool bins. We might just have a quick look at my solar panels. So I've got two 200-watt panels and they work really well. So I like blankets as well. The only thing with blankets sometimes when you're driving away for the day, it's just especially up here, you'll often burn the grass, and that doesn't matter in a lot of places, but here it can be a problem. So I run the two 200s. They just keep my van fully charged up. I've got 800 amps of lithium on this one, that plus 1240 on the roof. It's a lot of solar. So again, now using more. My wife's full time working during the day, so screens are running. I've got the latest generation Starlink Gen 3 running. So your fridge freeze, you got 270 litre fridge freeze, so you're always using a bit of power, so you need to replenish it. And obviously day like today in Queensland, perfect. But I'm about to head south and go into some colder country, but also less sunlight. So that's why sometimes people think it's all overkill. I can tell you from experience, if you're out there a lot and you're not moving a lot, you definitely need some more power. So really important feature. We'll come back and I'll take you in, I'll have a look inside. There's a couple of really cool new products that we're using, and we like them because they really make the difference for us inside. And obviously we're going to do some outback tracks, we're going to cross the Savannah Way, we're going to do lots of cool things in this next 6 to 12 months. And one of the things I wanted was to actually, if I'm going to live in the van a lot, I want some nice cutlery and things that make me feel like I'm at home and not just continually camping. So we'll go in and have a look at that too. Let's go, eh? Yeah, so one of the things we're inside now is one of the issues people have is often how to charge your phones, where to put them and all those things. So we use quad lock on our mountain bikes and in our vehicles. So we decided 2 quad locks up in our bedroom, so both of us can just put our phones up there, they're magnetized and then they automatically start to charge. So really simple, they just plug into your USB charger up top there. Works excellent. I'd suggest anyone, if you're having issues with finding a spot, that is the best. You won't hit it with your arms or your head. Works brilliantly. So for us, that's been a real game changer. The other thing is, I was down at a couple of shows recently and I've looked around for the last 12 months. I always go sort of looking for little different items, but I found some really cool plates and cups. And one of the things we wanted to be able to do is we're going to travel full time is take some nice stuff. So crystal cups and nice plates. Actually, this brand called Sylvie, which I'm not associated with in any way, but I like quality gear. This stuff's all magnetized. So you can just see, I can put all my plates and my cups up here on these magnet pads and they will not move. I've driven already, I think this van I've done about 3,000 Ks, taken it on some pretty rough roads and nothing's moving. So that is all magnetized. Even my mugs, everything. Every cup there is magnetized. They don't move. You'll even see my coffee machine up here. It's fully magnetized, so it doesn't move anywhere, and I can actually take out my baskets as where I've got my coffee and stuff, and I can just make a coffee there in the morning. There's power up there. It's all off the bench. Little coffee Nespresso pod machine works brilliantly for us on the road. Love it. So and you keep all your space that you're limited have in caravans. So I see people, and that's cool if you've got a really big coffee machine and stuff, but for me personally, you lose a lot of space with that. So I didn't want to compromise that. I'm happy enough to have a pod machine, but I do get it that people want something a little bit better. I like a good coffee, but yeah, but that stuff works brilliantly. And you'll even see up here, these are all magnetized as well. So salt and pepper are just hanging up here. They don't fall anywhere. Our spices are there, and you can have as much of that as you like. We've, again, tried not to go too overboard. Our knives are magnetized to the bench, so they don't go anywhere. So it's just really cool. You can even do your kettle and that if you want to. We didn't bother. We actually put it away. So we carry our cooker and stuff in there. So that's an air fryer. I think down in here. So we've got a few bags where we throw stuff into too. We don't scratch anything else, and if we want it outside or we want to use it, we can just grab it quickly. But all that stuff works great. Just got everything set up now, so it's a nice feeling. Again, I keep saying it, don't go overboard with overloading stuff. But yeah, that's a really nice feature. Put all your cups and plates, know that they're not going to break or move anywhere. Makes it really nice. We have a 32-inch screen because Elisa uses it also. You'll see that cable there, USB cable. She can hook it up and it sets up herself when she has her remote office in here. So with the L shape, you can do a cafe as well. It does the same thing, but it just works really well for us. And both of us have times where we have to do a lot of stuff online. So I'm looking at dashboards. I'm communicating with Office every day. So I like that. And one of the things we've learned in the van is not always you can have it that both are either inside or outside, but you want that space, that, especially if you're both working, that you've got some space. I have to do Zoom calls and things like that. The other advantage you can do is go and use your car. So I've got the Gen 3 in the Starlink working really well. I would say it's a lot easier, packs to a lot smaller. I really like it. It's we've had both, and we had the Gen 2 for a long time. Generation 3 I think is far superior and easier to use. So, and the big advantage, it doesn't have the turning leg and everything as part of it, so it packs down a lot smaller. I actually put it in my dirty gear bag. I'm looking forward to getting amongst it, getting out there on those tracks and having some really iconic views. And that's the cool thing. It's nice setting up. It's been good around home here. We've got our maps ready. We've been, you know, putting our tracks out. We've traveled a lot before, but I'm looking forward to being able to look out that window or that window and see some real iconic places across Australia and where we can push the limits and take these things. So can't wait for that. So come and join us on that journey. You'll get to see that. We'll be traveling and doing a lot of uploads, so I look forward to more adventures and yeah, showcasing what this product can do, but also where Zone's going. And we believe we're in a zone of its own, and we look forward to showing you that.